Ever since I first heard about the Dolomites, I dreamed of one day hiking through these breathtaking mountains. This summer, that dream finally came true. Together with the people who mean the most to me, we set off as a family on our very first multi-day hike. Alongside the excitement, though, came many questions. Would our 9-month-old son handle the journey well? Would he sleep along the way? How would we manage diaper changes? Despite all the unknowns, we knew one thing. We wanted to embrace this adventure together. Our hike began at one of Italy's most famous lakes. And that meant one thing above all. People, and even more people. Yeah. But the closer we got to the trailhead, the more the crowds began to disappear. And alongside with the crowds, our pace seemed to fade as well. Because the first climb was a tough one. My wife's initial excitement quickly turned into despair.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, okay, good. You just said you want to give up.
I can do it.
Good.
Yeah. Let me go quickly.
You too.
Be careful, Mom.
Super. Und What a beautiful animal. Wow.
We followed one of Europe's most famous long-distance hiking trails, the Alta Via 1, which would guide us over the coming days through this beautiful mountain range. Our plan was to live completely self-sufficiently. We carried 5 days worth of food and all our camping gear on our backs, ready to spend our nights out in the wilderness.
Wow.
Good morning and welcome to day 2 of our Alta Via 1 adventure. After a good night's sleep, we woke up feeling refreshed. Our baby slept even better than we expected. Even though the temperature dropped to around 5 degrees Celsius, he stayed warm and cozy in his sleeping bag.
So, till now, we still have the sleeping bag from little baby on. but now it's quite warm, so we change it again, and we are enjoying the second day of our hike.
Day 2. Today was special because we were going to see my favorite part of the whole hike. But before we could go there, we still had about 10 kilometers of going up and down the mountains. So beautiful. I'm not an experienced hiker, so after an easy start, I slowly started losing my energy. By lunchtime, I was already very tired. I wanted to keep going, but my body was telling me that it was time to stop. My husband was already thinking about the fastest way for us to leave the trail, but he convinced me to continue. He told me that the climb would soon be over. Well, he was wrong. It felt like the climb would never end. But then I looked around me. The views were so beautiful that they gave me the strength to keep going. Every difficult step felt worth it because of the incredible scenery around us. And honestly, some of my favorite moments were during our breaks. We would just sit together as a family and enjoy the beautiful creation God had made. Our son probably enjoyed these moments the most. He was finally out of the child carrier and could freely explore the mountain meadows. After a long and tiring day, we finally reached our campsite. And once again, we were welcomed by amazing views. But honestly, that's almost always the case in the Dolomites. We spent the evening peacefully together as a family. We put up our tent and had dinner and went to bed early. We needed to rest because another beautiful adventure was waiting for us the next day.
Hallo. Hallo, ja. Nein! Nein, 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 nein. We close it up again. Nein, 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 nein. We close it up again.
Now he knows.
No, 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 no. You don't know how it works. No, 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 no.
Our big mouse sleeping bag kept our little son warm and cozy throughout another night in the mountains. It is rated for temperatures down to -6 degrees Celsius, so we slept peacefully knowing he was well protected. One of our favorite features is the freedom of movement it gives. Unlike many traditional baby sleeping bags, the Big Mo allows babies to use their arms while staying warm. That extra mobility made a big difference in the mornings, as our son could play, explore, and move around comfortably without having to leave the warmth of his sleeping bag.
Good morning. Day 3.
It's really good. You also want to try?
Yeah.
After the exhausting day my wife had yesterday, I decided to shorten our route and make today a much slower day, almost like a rest day. We hiked just 5 kilometers through a breathtaking valley, taking our time to enjoy every moment. The scenery looked as if it had come straight out of a fairy tale. Countless crystal clear streams cascaded down the mountainsides, weaving their way through the lush valley we were hiking through. It was one of those places that made us stop again and again and again, just to take it all in, and of course to make videos and photos. We are kids our time. In the end, we decided to stop early that afternoon, which made especially our little son really happy. He had plenty of time to explore the world around him, picking up flowers, collecting rocks, watching the water, and discovering everything that caught his attention. We truly enjoyed this quiet time together as a family, and I even took the opportunity to cool off with a refreshing dip in the icy mountain stream. Later that afternoon, we pitched our tent and settled in for our final night on the trail. And then our final morning on the trail arrived. Wild camping is officially prohibited in the Dolomites, as it is in most parts of the Alps. However, in some areas, spending a single night outdoors is tolerated if hikers follow strict leave no trace principles. Build up late, leave early, and treat nature with the utmost respect. Along the Alta Via 1, we met many hikers who made use of this opportunity. For us, staying in the mountain huts wasn't really an option either way. Most refugees have shared dormitories, which wouldn't really have worked out well with a baby. Guten Morgen. Sadly, we don't really have much footage from the descent, as our camera battery had run out. But later that day, we safely reached our car and began our journey back home. As a family, we left the Dolomites with grateful hearts and one shared hope. If God is willing, this certainly won't be our last adventure like this. And what was making me almost the most happy is that this is not anymore just a hope from me, but also a hope from my wife, of course. Even my wife started to enjoy hiking and is looking forward for our next hike like this.